Krista and welcome to my channel. Today is Punched Out Thursday and I am going to be using some of my Hip Kit Club present and past papers. This one is brand new. That just came to my house not too long ago from my kits. And I'm going to be using, it has all these different colors on it. I'm going to be using my square punch. And I'm going to punch out all of these pink ones because I have these tiny little photos of my kids, and you know how you don't know what to do with those anymore because you really don't have wallets to carry your photos in anymore. So I always end up using them and scrapbooking them. And so I have 5 little ones. I have 6 kids altogether, but one's a teenager. And they were all in VPK at the time, and they always had pictures taken every year in VPK. They had a professional come in and take pictures. So I decided this was a good way to scrap them and have them as memories. And they're all in the same pose, and actually in the photo, if you look really closely, they're all like leaning on this blue chair, this light blue chair, and the background is the alphabet in different colors. So this alphabet paper was perfect as well. So you're gonna see in a minute, I'm going to make this cute little design with the alphabets being punched out with my square punch, and also those little square colors, just the pink ones. And basically I'm gonna put the background on, it's gonna be white cardstock that I'm gonna use, but I'm going to oh, and I'm also using this paper too. This is a crepe paper one. On the opposite side, this was in the Hip Kit as well. These are all Hip Kit Club papers that I'm using, but this Hip Kit paper, on the opposite side, it has hot air balloons, which I wouldn't know what to do with them. So I decided to use this side because this had the blue and really light pale pink on it, so it kind of went perfect with their photos. So that's kind of like the color scheme I'm going to do, but first I'm going to distress the edges of these squares, and what I end up doing is I end up using the alphabet to each one of their names. So I use the E for my son Elijah, I use the C for my little daughter Chloe, Z for Zoe, and L for Lillian, and S for Shay. So I'm not going to use the D, or I wasn't sure at first in the beginning when I first started doing this how I was going to do this, and then I thought, oh, hang on, let me use each letter of the alphabet for each one of their names, which was perfect. So this is kind of how it's going to go. Now, I accidentally didn't have my camera on, so I apologize, but I stuck all these together like that. So you see how I have the different size squares, and I did take another black and white paper that I had, which the other side has yellow with white flowers. That's also in the Hip Kit Club kit. And I backed my alphabet with that black and checkered paper because I thought that I needed some pops of black just to kind of stand out from the back of the white cardstock. Now you'll see in a minute I am going to stencil and do some mixed media in my background. If you watch my channel, you know I always gotta throw mixed media in there. So I am going to do it. It's just going to be stenciling though with my Distress Oxides, which is going to be super, super cool. But this is how I'm stacking them. So, and basically all I did was take each of the squares that I punched out with my square punches, and I just stacked them kind of diagonally like that, going across. And then I did the letters on top of that checkered piece. And that's how it's going to go. So this is a Vicky Bouton stencil that I also got from the Hip Kit Club kit, from the color kit. And I'm going to take my Blue Lagoon Distress Oxide and my picked raspberry, and I'm going to go really lightly around the edges of it. Now normally I would put down my photos first or my stuff, but I kind of wanted to go around the squares. I didn't want to just rub it in everywhere. So I kind of went around and did it this way. You could do it the other way, but this is how I made it look. I didn't want it to be perfect. I wanted it to be kind of, you know, messy. I like those kind of layouts. I'm all about the grungy and messy look when I do my mixed media. So I'm kind of going around this side too, and in the middle part, I'm going to do some of that picked raspberry that you see. And I'm just using my little brush. I actually got these online. They're like makeup brushes, but I use them to rub in my Distress Oxide through my stencils, or any ink that you have. And yeah, they're really soft and easy to clean. I use a baby wipe, or I spray them with some water, and then I just kind of rub them on a paper towel or on the baby wipe, and the color comes right off. And you can keep using them over and over again. I find it the easiest way to go through my stencils, and it gives me the light look that I like to, and wherever I want it dark, I could press harder. So it just kind of works out really well. So that's what I'm doing with that. And now I'm going to go in the middle with the picked raspberry, like I said. But while I am doing that, I just want to remind you all not to forget to check out the other lovely ladies who are also doing Punched Out Thursday. And I will have their links down below. It's Kathy, Ronnie, Sue, Scrapper, and Dorothy. And I will have them all down below. So make sure you check them out. They do some pretty cool stuff. Ronnie Sue Scrapper, I don't know, she just amazes me with what she does with her punches. She makes characters and these things. It's just, she is just so creative. Way more creative than I am. So definitely make sure you check her out as well. But they're all good. I mean, Kathy does like awesome things too, and Dorothy. So make sure you check them out. So now after I finish this part, this is basically the mixed media that I'm doing. And I love the way this is looking. I love it, love it, love it. So now I decided that I'm going to take each letter, like I said, and the E is going to be for Elijah. And I'm taking my black, I have these black small thickers that I had from previous collections, and I love these. I got them at Tuesday morning, and I ended up finding 2 more packs, and I hurried up and grabbed them. So I really like these small black alphas. So now that's going to spell Elijah, and then this one will be Zoe. And I just love this idea of doing it this way. It just like popped in my head, and I was like, oh, I have an idea. So it was a good way to use the alphabets, the letters that were on that one paper. And then I'm going to do Lillian, Shay, and Chloe. And I thought this was the best way to use these little tiny photos that I had. And now I get to keep it in a book, and I'll always have it from their time when they were in their little, what am I trying to say? Well, one was in VPK at the daycare, and then the other ones were just in daycare because they were a lot younger. Chloe is the oldest, so she was in VPK there. And then I'm going to do my little Shay and then Chloe. So this was super fun making this layout. It was super easy, not hard at all. I kind of like didn't know what to do with these papers, so this kind of worked out. I hope you guys like it. I try to find different things to do with my punches. Every week, I try to come up with something different and creative because I don't want to kind of do the same thing that everybody else is doing all the time. So I kind of try to go outside the box a little bit. So I hope that I'm doing that for you guys. And I hope you're enjoying it and getting ideas. And I hope I'm inspiring some of you. So now what I'm doing is I'm just taking some black acrylic paint, and I watered it down. And now I'm going to do some black splatters just to kind of bring more of that black in. Because basically I wanted the light blue, the pink, and the black. Because that's kind of what their photos are. That's the colors that are in the background and the chair that they're kind of leaning against. And these people were really good with photos, very creative with the kids. And now I'm doing this because my splatters were not splattering. Sometimes I can get my acrylic paint to splatter, and sometimes I can't. But I don't think I watered it down enough, so that's probably why. Oh, so now I had this butterfly sheet that I used in a previous layout, and I cut some more out. And I love these black and white butterflies. I wish I had more of this paper because I love it. It's from Fifth and Monaco, and it is absolutely gorgeous paper. And these black and white butterflies are just so cute. So I decided to stick a few of them on here, and I thought it was perfect. So I kind of stuck them in between where I have all the photos and the squares. And I just stuck some here and there, just to kind of have them flying off the page. Does it have anything to do with the photos? No. But they look good, so I liked it. So I'm just sticking them down with some glue dots. I like to use my glue dots whenever I do stuff like this that I want to look more realistic, because you could just stick the glue dot in the middle and then it kind of just sticks to the paper and they can have their wings sticking up. So that's why I use my glue dots for my butterflies. I just find it the easiest thing to do. And once I get all those down, I didn't do anything else. I thought that there was enough busyness going on this layout because of the stenciling and then the pictures staggered with the different squares and pattern papers. So I thought that that was pretty much gonna do it for me. I did take some of the puffy that were in my 5th and Monaco also that came in my kits. There were these little puffy ones that were black and white butterflies, so I just stuck a couple down because I wanted a couple more butterflies. And it kind of gave it a different type of flat butterflies and some that were 3-dimensional. Oh yes, and then I went in with some of these crystal enamel dots that we got in a kit, and they were perfect. They were these pink, shiny, really cute color, and then they had these blue ones, which was the perfect blue as well. So I just stuck them in the different corners of the layout, and that is going to complete the layout. So I hope you guys all like it. Super easy, cute layout to do. So if you don't know what to do with those tiny photos, I hope that gives you an idea. Probably won't have as many as me because I don't know how many people have 5 little ones like I do, but I know there's a few out there. So yeah, so that's it, guys. So I hope you like it. Your close-ups will be coming up. There you go. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you just hit that red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. Super pretty, cute layout. I love using the Distress Oxides through a stencil. It's an easy way of doing some mixed media too, and I brought that in here, so it was really simple. So try it out, guys. And remember, stay crafty, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.